A stream of human misery trying to escape the destruction left behind. Homes washed away, roads destroyed. The military can only offer a helping hand as these people cross the Swat Valley's troubled waters. For 7 days, rescuers have found it near impossible to get to the survivors, the weather hampering efforts on the ground and in the air. Al Jazeera travelled to Madian to locate the stranded inhabitants. What should have been a 60-minute trip takes 3.5 hours. Damaged roads and shaky bridges to cross. Once scenic views interrupted by collapsed buildings like this riverside hotel. As we get closer, people heading in the opposite direction, taking whatever transport they can. Taliban fighters had once controlled this area. Now military checkpoints pepper the countryside. There are concerns some might try to infiltrate the valley, posing as victims of the flood. Moving further up the valley, we see army engineers and local people trying to rebuild a local crossing. Cunningham Bridge was built in 1939. Its main highway was tossed off its support structure last Wednesday. 250 tons of iron and concrete is somewhere along the river. With heavy lifting gear and with the help of everyone with a truck, this sort of expanse will soon have a bridge, a relief to those stranded on the other side. These temporary connections are easier to build until a more permanent structure can be put in place. These are vital highways for those trying to get aid into the valley.
There's a plan in place amongst the aid agencies. The problem is that the roads are out and how to get the items there. We have jerry cans, purification tablets and vaccines. We're ready to come in and we need help from Pakistanis, similar to their help when we had an earthquake in 2005. This is the same situation.
We finally arrive. It's a dead end. And this is where the road ends literally. In those floods of a week ago, it was swept away, and now it's just part of the River Swat. In the distance, you can see Madian. People there have been stranded and isolated for 7 days. While the authorities ponder their next move, the NGOs are trying to do their best to help. Here, the Pakistan Red Crescent are distributing hundreds of aid packages to those who live in Madian, Kalam, Bahrain.
We had absolutely nothing, no food, nothing. At least now with this, we can survive for 3 days.
For many, the wait is too long. Relatives load up and decide to take their own aid to their own families. It's a combination of desperation and a race against time, and it'll take 4 hours for these supplies to get to Madian over hilly terrain. As the clouds loom over Madian, those on the ground can only pray for the rain to stay away. If there are questions about the aid effort reaching the right people, there can be no question about the efforts of the military. And if the aid is going to reach the right people, then it's up to the Pakistani government to reassure the international community and the charities that are helping in the rescue effort that the aid that they send here is transported along safe and secure routes. Only then will they be able to help the people that are stranded not just in the north of this valley, but across the country. Sohail, Rahman, Al Jazeera, Baghdiri in the Swat Valley.